Welcome back. This is chapter 6, The Making of a Scientist, written by Robert W. Peterson. And now I'm going to explain page number 35th to you. So here we go. Then in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a county science fair and lost. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something, Ebright said. His entry was slides of frog tissues, which he showed under a microscope. He realized the winners had tried to do real experiments, not simply make a neat display. So here this line says, but when he reached 7th grade, he took part in a county science fair. He got the real taste of pure science. That is, he got the taste of what science was. There, he failed to leave any mark in that competition, in that arena. It was a big setback for his scientific temperament, his scientific genius. He noticed the winners came up with real experiments, whereas his own was just a plain display of frog tissue. Next part now. Already, the competitive spirit that drives Richard Ebright was appearing. I knew that for the next year's fair I would have to do a real experiment, he said. The subject I knew most about was the insect work I'd been doing in the past several years. So here this line say, that fair ignited his competitive mind, ignited his competitive genius. He was alerted of the level of competition, and that took him to the realization that he had to come up with a real experiment next time, and that could come only from the area, from the field he was most acquainted with, well versed of. Next part now. So, he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and back came a stock of suggestions for experiments. Those kept Ebright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in his county and international science fair. So, he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and back came a stock of suggestions for experiments. Those kept Ebright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in county and international science fairs. So here this line say, finally, he decided to write to Dr. Urquhart for new ideas, and there came a barrage of novel ideas for experiments to keep him busy throughout high school. His top-notch experiments claimed not only county-level competitions but even international science fair awards this time. Next part now. For his 8th grade project, Ebright tried to find a cause of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. Ebright thought the disease might be carried by a beetle. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. I didn't get any real results, he said, but I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won. So here this line say, again the other year in 8th grade, he took up a new project wherein he tried to look into the cause of death of monarch caterpillars occurring over every few years. The suspect, in his view, was a beetle, which he believed carried the disease, and to prove his point, he raised the caterpillars in the presence of beetles. Though the experiment remained inconclusive, yet he presented that experiment and won another award. Next part now. The next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. The theory was that viceroys look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. Viceroys, on the other hand, do taste good to birds. So, the more they look like monarchs, the less likely they are to become a bird's dinner. So here this line say, when in 9th grade, the topic of his experiment chosen was to evaluate the theory that the viceroy butterflies copy monarchs in order to evade the eyes of its prey, the bird, which did not eat monarchs because of their taste and preferred viceroys for they tasted better. So, the trick employed by the viceroys is to look more like monarchs to deceive them. Next part now. Ebright's project was to see whether in fact birds would eat monarchs. He found that a starling would not eat ordinary bird food. It would eat all the monarchs it could get. Ebright said later research by other people showed that viceroy probably do copy the monarch. This project was placed first in the geology division and third overall in the county science fair. So here this line say, so his project was to find out whether birds would not eat monarchs. There, in course of his project, he discovered that a bird called starling ate only monarchs and not ordinary bird food. Again, his project claimed the first position in geology and third overall in county science fair. So this is all for now. Thank you.